Hello and welcome to Alexander Technique 19. Here by my side I have Kalle Lundahl, and we will take a look at, I didn't plan before. Well, let's do Surya Namaskar and the monkey with your approval. Would you like that?
Yes, absolutely.
Let's see what happens since we last trained this. Have you put more humor into your life, Kalle?
No. Okay. Yes.
The seriousness is the demise of the Constitution. Don't look that sad, look happy. What happens when we smile and we're in contradiction is, I think it's almost contradictory, the balance. So linearity is being stiff-necked. You try to uphold something, a sort of causal order, one following the other. And this is tensing. This, I'd say this gives us actually a very good way into the difference between T and T. Wittgenstein. It lies in the stiffness. In words, almost the same. But the stiffness makes the whole difference. This linearity of seriousness and doom. Determinism. You cannot be deterministic if you're stiff. If you're not stiff. If you loosen up, you reach the wider. And this, see if you can achieve this humoresque thing. Put you in. You turn to the, put some light here. Very happy with the light here, but now we need it. See here, looking very good, Kalle. I think you've been working with your constructive rest.
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Every day?
Yes.
Wow, very good. You do it in the morning or?
Indeed.
Indeed. Very good here. So this stiffness comes from lack of humor or over seriousness. It also leads to meta language and looking for the stain in life. And when we get deterministic, we lose free will. So you see there are mighty philosophical things to the Alexander technique as well. I can recommend McGowan in this. He's written a book about spirituality in Alexander technique, which I find quite interesting. It's like it's kind of bothering me. I got some eye drops yesterday, so I'll see if we still see it good enough. Later this afternoon we'll make one with full light. Very good, looking fantastic, Kalle. You know how to do it. Look at this. So if you flex your knees a little bit, see if we can find your, just a little bit, there, and you point with your head. So now you stiffen up a bit, yeah? You felt that? You stiffen like this. And now you're much softer. You can feel it, you're stiff here. This is stiff. This is softer. So if you point with your head, of course it feels maybe a bit unusual not to look forward like this, but it will be easier to understand the connection between head and back if you keep pointing. This is not a rule. That can be always, this rule can always be broken. It's not a rule really. Think of a direction going forward, even when you go back. This is one of those tricks that can be so good to learn. That up doesn't mean up in the spatial sense. Up means I can go down and be up. Once more, a humorous contradiction. That's a tough one to understand, but use humor. Okay. You're very anxious to lift your arm. Forward, forward, and back. Yeah, very good, very good. So the monkey is an integral part of what we do when we are practicing Surya Namaskar and different yoga exercises. And as long as you lengthen this way, and you can think of your head as a continuation of your back. So your head leads. So if you go down here, try not to stand like this, but follow the back, or let the head lead the back like this, and it gets much smoother. You point, you point, you point, you point, you point, and in the end, you come up like this, like this, like this. Looks much softer, and it's much more lenient on the body. So you come with a more balanced attitude already into the yoga exercise. Don't see the yoga exercise as static positions that needs to be performed, like push-ups or sit-ups or anything like that. If you can, go into it with consciousness and humor. See here, I'll take you up on this. Go up, up, up. Very good, very good. And you could let your hands stay there. I was wanting to bring them like that. And I bring them there. So, and you maintain, and I'm going to give you an extra chore today. Think of the head as pointing in the exercise. No pressure. So Kalle will now perform Surya Namaskar, the morning asana for the sun.
Surya Namaskar.
Stop a bit there. See if I can get you up a bit. Only that. Yeah, like that. Top portion. And put a big smile down here. So we ease that tension a bit. Very good, very good. Lengthen and widen at the same time. Also contradictory. Once more we have the wave and the particle. Very good, Kalle. You can continue that way. The head is pointing to a brighter future. And I think, isn't it interesting, Wittgenstein plays a part both in the Alexander technique and quantum mechanics. It is not an isolate. And as we mentioned in Alexander Technique 17, it will also make focus, general awareness and memory become easily accessible. A balanced state of mind. This is what we're looking for. And humor and a positive mindset are very important parts in this. I would say they're crucial. There is no way performing the Alexander technique without humor. Yeah, the head is pointing forwards, the top of your head, a big smile behind your eyes, and do add that driplet of water, small driplet, running over the ridge of your nose. Excellent, very good. This is much better. Your eyes now also comes awake. That gloomy over seriousness, that is tension, linearity, and why not 666? I was saying it's actually. And now when you do that, put a stop there, because that's an excellent example of going back but still pointing forward. So you went back a bit, but practicing that the direction still comes that way. Come back and forth, direction forward, even if I take you backward. Very good. That's the ticket. That's very good. Think of a mental reading process. That will definitely put a smile into your existence. The idea that there is an internal unknown process that nobody's seen and that doesn't have a use. Now widen here. So let the shoulders, put some space in the shoulders. You can stay where you are. No need to move. Bring that, stop. Think of a direction going from your elbows out, widening and lengthening this direction. Yes, now you got it. Very good, Kalle.
But I don't think nobody has so broad the arms.
Your arms shouldn't be broad, but the direction should be unlocking here. So you don't have to keep them so broad as you have them here. But the important part is you don't lock them like this. You can look up here. You don't lock them like this. You open them like that. So if you feel here, this will open up.
What the difference is out of it.
Yes. You will feel the difference as you repeat it.
So I have it like this.
Yeah, that's not too bad. This is, we want to avoid over straightening of them, the locking of the joints. And we have the hip joint, we have the knee joints, and we have the elbows. And of course we have the shoulder blades here. So we want to have some more widening here. Very good, that's much better. It looks much freer now. Your tension is subsiding. Very good, Kalle.
Surya Namaskar.
Indeed, very good. So what you did now is you let your shoulders participate. So there was much less, I'm exaggerating here, so there was much more of this. You became broader and you became more of a one unit. So if you can move like one unit, it's a bit, that's accepting the contradictory directions. Because they are actually contradictory. They don't make sense, but they work. That's the important thing. And the unidirectionality of our bodies, it goes up, but it doesn't go up in space. Because if I bend, it goes that direction. Do you understand that?
Yeah, more or less.
It's like if this is a pointing finger, here it goes up, but now it goes there, it goes there.
Yes, in theory, but how do you measure it? You cannot see yourself.
No, you don't have to measure it, you just repeat it. For each time you do it, it becomes closer. So you are doing it better now. So it could be problematic trying to feel if you're correct. Just trust that you are doing it. Because there is something Alexander called untrustworthy sensory awareness. So we cannot trust our feelings, but we can trust the direction. The direction is always correct. And up is one of the most natural things we have. It is connected to joy, happiness, humor, as I mentioned. And I said, as E. McKilcray says, there's no understanding whatsoever without humor. And in academia, humor disappeared in the early 20th century. We became over serious. There can be no joy with seriousness. There can be no understanding. There can be no spirituality, no higher ends. Because then we become classical in our bodies and in our souls. There's nothing bad with the contradiction. It's the help. I have checked on the time here, so we can do a monkey. So do not worry about time. Of course one should do this with expanded time limit. But so you don't stress over that or fret. You are doing correct, so. And every time you repeat this, iterate, I like that word. I know it's a fancy Derridian term, but every time you reiterate the monkey, for instance, it becomes, I feel the monkey now. I did not feel it like 6 months ago. So when I do it, it does no longer feel, before it felt meaningless. I don't know how to explain it. It's something silly and unnecessary. And me stopping before I bend to grab something, for instance, if I borrow your phone here, I didn't see the reason to use the monkey. But now, since I've repeated it, iterated, sorry about iterated, I do feel a joint here. It is coming to my awareness. I am helping my own proprioception, or kinesthesia, whatever term you prefer. They're both quite good, actually. And you're much more lenient. I dread about those early videos we made in Skönestad where it was so serious. But we learned. That's the most important thing. Look. This, I think you can see on the video. I put the lights on. This is grand. This is a huge progression. Nod and turn. Yes and no. Those are the two movements of the atlanto-occipital joint in the connection with the skull. So it's a very peculiar joint. But now you're learning how to use it. And we're to that adding also the hip joint. You can flex your knees. Very good, very good. Yes, yes, yes. And now I feel you're more stable here. Look at that. Now you're pointing with your head. So you can do it. But it will not be perfect. Don't look for perfection. Don't look for either or. There is no, this is completely wrong and this is completely correct. That's atheism. Anyone who says that don't believe in God. There is stepwise, fractal, like reality itself. So trust the feeling, or rather trust the direction. Much better, much better. And there is also direction here in the fingers. And the hand is often a good tool to understand directions. Like you point with them, they become longer. And one helpful tool that goes for all the joints, including fingers and the head, is to think that it ends a bit above the head. Maybe 2-3 centimeters. Yeah, very good. So you're not as stiff here. You are not building up stiffness. You have this lovely freedom here of the head. That's a huge difference. Widen, lengthen, and bring in the shoulders as well. They can be in on it because you have the start of your arm is actually down up here at the back. It's looking very good. You can leave your arms on the chair when I take you up. Up, you go up. That's the direction, exactly. You go up. Very good. Widen, lengthen. And now your arms are softer. You do not try to interfere with the movement. The stress has gone. Very good. Keep that humorous side. Look at that. It's a big difference. Continue with the directionality and do tell other people about directions. That can be very helpful. Thank you very much, Kalle, for your participation as a guinea pig. And thank you everyone for watching in. Have a pleasant day, morning or afternoon. Bye bye for now.